Good morning.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm so glad that you're here to be my inaugural interview for our partnership highlight. So I'm glad that you're with us. And I just wanted to maybe I'll start with who I am for people that are watching, and then we'll let you talk about who you are and what you guys do. So I'm Heather Duke. I'm with Visiting Angels in Charlotte, and I'm the sales and marketing director. So I'm the creator of chaos. That's my job. Chaos and champagne. That's what I bring to the table. Um, and you are,
My name is Helen Burns. I'm with Naborforce in the Charlotte market. I'm also on the corporate side of things. My role is technically the neighborhood engagement manager. And what I do is I do recruiting, I do interviews of neighbors, I do a lot of the management of the neighbors with Naborforce. So
that's great. So tell me a little bit about what inspired you to get involved with seniors.
Let me go a little bit into what Neighbor Force is, and then
Absolutely.
I can go into kind of how I got involved. So Neighbor Force is a platform, and like I said, we have neighbors who are independent contractors who come onto our platform, and we connect them with our clients who are typically independent older adults who just need a helping hand. And we take them to appointments, we take them to run errands. We go to events in the community, light housekeeping in the home, meal prep. We're just trying to help our clients maintain the lifestyle that they want. And so, my role as a neighborhood engagement manager is interviewing, recruiting, supporting these neighbors to help our clients. And neighbors are typically independent older adults with that are empty nesters, recent retirees, stay at home parents, people that are seeking connection in the community and just have that heart for helping others. So they're not volunteers. It kind of seems like volunteer, but they certainly have that volunteer spirit. So, we get amazing neighbors. We're very flexible with them, and that's why we're able to be super flexible with our clients as well. So I know I talk about this all the time, but we have a 1 hour minimum, and that's what kind of separates us from other companies in the industry. But the other thing that separates us is that we're doing those daily neighbor kind of tasks. So we don't do any sort of personal care or nursing care. So nothing that you would need to be licensed or certified for.
Great.
I got into Neighbor Force. I had just closed a business. I had been a business owner for 10 years. I was looking for my next chapter and definitely wanted something with purpose and that made a difference in people's lives for the positive. And so when I heard about Neighbor Force was opening an office in Charlotte, I hadn't been in this industry before, but um, I just knew that it checked all those boxes of helping others, making a difference in the community. I had a growth mindset, and that was really important to me. So that's how I got into the senior industry, so to speak.
Well, very similarly, I didn't have a background in senior industry when I started working for Visiting Angels, which is kind of what started this whole collaboration effort of finding people. I was really struggling. Like the first 6 months to a year that I was working for us, I went to network events, but it seemed to always be the same group of people that I was running into, and nobody was really talking about work. I felt kind of just a little outside of the pocket because they all seemed to know what they were doing, and I had absolutely no idea. And so I started meeting with people individually. I think you were, funny enough, one of my very first people to sit down with and just have a coffee and say, hey, tell me who you are and what you do, and how can we partner? How can we work together? Because to me, there's just a different mindset of people who are willing to share, resources and time and collaborate in order to get the help to the seniors that they need and not be so possessive of that. I know we've had a couple of crazy questions in our 101 events where people are like, well, aren't a lot of you guys, you compete with each other? And, So I think that's what's great about this group is we don't look at it that way. We look at it as we all have something to offer. And while we may be able to overlap some of what Naborforce does, at the same time, you guys may be able to meet a need that we aren't able to meet at the time or vice versa. So it's just a really great group of people. And that's kind of what brought this gracefully aging network of people together to start with. So tell me, in being part of this group, even though it's just been very short-lived so far, have you found that working with this group and other senior professionals, just like Visiting Angels, has it been helpful?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not, well, first of all, the collective knowledge that everybody has. I mean, everybody brings something new to the table, of course. Everybody has a different expertise. I mean,
Right,
like you said, there may be some overlaps, but the ultimate goal is to help older adults.
right.
I call them older adults because at the time I started this, I had a senior in high school, so I had to differentiate. So seniors, older adults. Um, so, I think that just well, I always say we're like a toolbox and everybody
Hmm.
is a different tool in the toolbox. And so all of our clients have different needs and they may need a different tool. Somebody may need, in-home care that with personal care and nursing care. Somebody might need healthcare needs, physical therapy needs. Others may be super social and they want to go and live an independent while, other people want to stay at home where they're comfortable and they know their environment. So there are so many different types of clients out there, and to have at our fingertips the resources that when we take a call from somebody or one of our clients says, "Oh my gosh, I need concierge medicine," or "I need I'm having surgery and I need home health care for, 6 weeks," or "I'm moving on in the care continuum and I think that Naborforce can come in and visit with me, but I'm going to start to need those specialized skills," then it's so wonderful to have a resource and a group of professionals that I can go to and say, "Hey, can you do this? Or do you know somebody who can?" Or I don't want to be, I don't want to be a dead end for my client.
Right,
So,
absolutely.
so we want
Have
to be
you
part of
had
the solution.
Yeah. Have you had a chance, as being part of it, that you've been able to connect somebody with another one of the network resources and that's really just helped them out?
So yeah, I mean, we get calls a lot on that continuum of care. So, we have a client, they start out, they're independent driving, they just need somebody to come in and help them do laundry Monday mornings. And then as they start to get older, as we all do, then they start to have different needs.
Right.
And, whether, like I said, we've referred to Visiting Angels. I've definitely referred to Patina. I think that that's a wonderful resource.
Okay.
I'll Be There is another, just to, if they need help navigating um, the, the community, the search for different living communities. So, I mean, there's just so many different, again, resources that I can point them in those directions.
Yeah. So I know that probably of everybody in the network group, our two organizations are the most connected in a sense of what we provide to our clients. And while you guys stop kind of when it comes to the personal care side and we can continue on from there, what do you think still makes that partnership between Neighbor Force and Visiting Angels so impactful to the community? I mean, I know my answer, but I'm curious what you think.
Okay, you can't change your answer when I tell you
Okay,
mine.
promise.
Um, so I think it's the why. So the why is the number one thing for Neighbor Force. I mean, when I say personally, I mean, but Neighbor Force as a company, we are very focused on everyone's why, whether it's my why working on the corporate side or our neighbors who come in. That's the number one question. Why do you want to be a neighbor? Why do you have a soft spot for older adults? And when everybody comes with their own why. I came
Hmm.
into it because I wanted to help others. I saw the need with my grandparents. Other people they may have a social worker background and they just they've retired and they want to continue helping others. I mean, the sky's the limit on the why. And I think that our whys are similar.
Yeah,
I mean, because the ultimate goal for me is helping as many people as we can. And whether that's Naborforce or Visiting Angels or us for a little bit and you all, or if you all just, don't have the capacity at the time and see it that it's, you know, 1 or 2 days a week, then, it can be very complimentary.
absolutely. Yeah, I would think that mine would be just that there are times where somebody just needs a day or two of help, not an ongoing service. It's just, I need something quick, I need something simple. And a lot of times, because of the licensing and the fact that we have to go through a more strenuous process,
Mhm.
Neighbor Force is just a great, just like you said, a tool in the toolbox to say, you know what, you just need somebody to come check in on your mom for an hour for the next 3 days that you're going to be on vacation. That's a Neighbor Force easy one, to say this is who you need to go to. And I do love that it's just there's that simple, hey, I can't meet this, but I know somebody else who can.
Mhm.
And like you said, it's somebody that I would be comfortable sending my mom to.
Right.
That's always my gauge. If
Yeah.
I wouldn't send my mom because it would result in my sister calling and going, really? It was this. If I wouldn't do it and I would have to have that conversation, then I just wouldn't ever refer to them. Just I wouldn't want to. So I love that you guys make it comfortable and so easy. I
Yeah.
think that that's what's nice too, is you guys have a very simple process. I love the app. I think that that's really great.
Mhm.
Especially for families to just be able to log in and get help quickly and effectively. And so I love that you, even to your neighbors, are people who love to help
Oh, yeah.
older.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're not just, I need a job. It's people who genuinely like have some extra time and want to come and do something nice for people around them. I
Yeah.
love that. I think it's
I
really
mean,
cool.
it's so funny because I try and be so thorough in the application, in the interview process. And I mean, we go through everything and inevitably somebody will email me, I just got paid. Like, what am I getting paid for? And I'm like, well, you do get paid. So
Because of what you do. Yeah,
our
it's,
neighbors are they really are. They have that heart for helping others. They're seeking connection. They're not, most of our neighbors work 4 to 6 hours a week. So, I mean,
yeah.
this is definitely, they do not want a full-time job. They are doing this to help. They see a
And
need.
that's great. I
Hmm.
mean, you need those people that just want to help and don't necessarily know where. Maybe they can't go, to shelters or different places. This is something that's really comfortable and in their own area. So it makes it super simple.
Right.
So tell me from your perspective, because I've learned so much in the time that I've worked for Visiting Angels. I think the first 6 months I would come home every day and be like, we need this and we need to plan for this and we need to do these things. But what's one thing you wish that families knew about planning or navigating for the aging process?
Um, so this came about when I was early on working for Naborforce, and I really did not even know who the players were. But I came across care managers, and I think that having a care manager, yeah, they charge a fee, but I think that it's probably invaluable, priceless to
Yes.
have somebody who has the skill, knowledge, experience, heart, to help older adults and their families navigate this process. The process of get, getting care, finding a place to live, staying in your home, aging in place. I mean, whatever, they have the skill set. Um, and I just think that to have that quarterback, so to speak, is I I, I'm working on that right now. My personal life.
Yeah, it's a lot. I had no idea until, we added a network partner to the group that care managers existed. And gosh, if that would have been around when my mom was trying to get everything done with my grandmother, it every dollar spent would have been so worth it because it was just the learning curve is so vast. And unfortunately, I feel like my one thing I wish people knew is plan ahead. Don't wait till you don't have choices and you're now in a situation where you just have to make decisions quickly, but instead be prepared, plan ahead, know what's available so that when the time comes, you're ready. I think that that would be probably the one thing I would tell everybody.
Yeah.
Prepare early.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes, for sure. I mean, yeah, you want to be in control.
Exactly,
Be in control when
exactly.
you can be in control.
Yeah. So looking forward, I know just starting in 2025, everybody, I'm not a big resolution person, but of course we have tons of things on our radar of what we're looking at doing. But what are you excited about achieving, whether it be part of your organization, or whether it be as part of the Gracefully Aging Network? What are you hoping to see in 2025?
Well, I would say I thought about this a little bit. I would say growth. As a business, of course, it's all about growth.
Okay.
At least we're a startup, so in a startup, it's about growth. Um, but more than even on the business side, it's just so important for us as a company and us as our vision and mission. We want to spread the word and grow because the more we grow, the more we can help and make this process easier and more joyful. And so I would say the more we can grow, the better for us. I mean, that is, and the better for communities and the Gracefully Aging Network too. I mean, it's a good thing. Growth is,
Yeah.
I would say that's our number one goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what everybody's looking to do is, improve and be better and be able to offer more services where they can. So if you have somebody who's considering, being part of a network like this or being a partner of Visiting Angels, what type of, what would you say to someone that's considering that?
I mean, I would say if you're looking for a community of like-minded individuals, professionals, and when say like-minded, I mean having that goal for helping others and creating those moments of joy and just being just again, just helping older adults. I mean, during this process, it's not easy. Then this is a wonderful network. I feel like everybody's on the same page. Everybody has the right why or not the right why, but they have a why that is purpose and mission driven.
Hmm.
Then I think this is a wonderful resource and you'll learn a lot and you'll benefit from this for sure. So, but it's give and take. You got to give,
That's right.
and then you can receive.
There you go. So if somebody is looking to get a hold of Naborforce, and if they need help for themselves or they want to find out more, how do they get in contact with you guys?
So they can go to our website, which is naborforce.com. It's spelled naborforce.com. It's kind of a play on labor force, so Naborforce. They can also call us at 844-696-2267. And we have a group of wonderful people that can help answer any questions that they have. We try and make it super, super easy. If anybody's interested in being a neighbor, we're always recruiting neighbors. Again, if you're tied up in front of a computer all day and you want to just have 2 hours a week to visit with somebody, that's perfect. So you can always go to our website and apply to be a neighbor as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So
Well,